Welcome to the Walk and Talk with special guest Jaylen Alston. First question for you is, what's your all-time favorite NBA player?
All-time favorite NBA player has to be LeBron.
Okay, respect. I like that one. The GOAT, I would like to call him. And then second question for you is, on your team, who would you say has the most drip?
I got to go with Lance. Lance
Okay.
is putting it on some time. Yeah, he got
Okay. Respect. With that being said, let's head to the pod. Peace. Welcome back to the Patrick Show. This is episode 19, season 2 here on the Patrick Show. We're here in Winston-Salem inside Gaines Center with another phenomenal athlete, Jaylen Alston, the CIAA front court CIAA Player of the Year as well. Phenomenal athlete. We're going to hit on his accolades and accomplishments. But if you've not done so already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow. And be sure to check out the merchandise as well. With that being said, Jaylen, I'm gonna give you a floor here. Be sure, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you've been along the journey.
Yes, my name is Jaylen Alston. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. Just a journey of starting out a kid playing in Greensboro. Played at Eastern Guilford High School.
Yeah.
Then once I graduated, attended Gardner-Webb University for a year. And from there, transferred to Winston-Salem State and been here since and just finished my career off.
Yeah, no doubt. And as always, here on the show, we'll be sure to go ahead and start off in prayer. So if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and bow our heads. Father God, thank you again for the opportunity you've blessed us with, Lord. As it says within Scripture, Luke 9, verse 23, that it says, if you come to me, that not to deny yourself and to just pick up the cross daily, Lord, and to follow you. So, Lord, I ask and pray, Lord, that we can not go of this wicked world, that we do not fall into the flesh, Lord, that we can just be faithful to you, Lord, putting you first and foremost in front of all things, Lord, giving you all praise and glory, Lord. In the Lord's name we pray. Amen. And with that, we always start off with the hot take, Jaylen. And, you know, basketball throughout your career has taken you many places throughout numerous states across the nation, of course. And I got to ask you, if you had to choose one specific game, what game would you say has the most impact to your career and personal life?
The game that's definitely got the most impact to my career and personal life has to be the top 80 camp game I played in.
Yeah.
And I was, I believe I was going into my junior year. Leaving my junior year, actually going into my senior year.
Okay.
And just playing in that event, they had a Phenom Hoops, a local, place where you can go and just get your talent. We'll let everybody see your talent.
Right.
Play against good competition. Basically, playing in that game, I played against some high-level players who some are in the league now. Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Hunter Tyson, a lot of those guys like from local North Carolina all played in the top 80, so it was the top 80 kids in North Carolina. So playing that, you know, people got to see my talent and got to see that I could compete with, you know, some of the great players that they had there. So it definitely played a good part in just showing people, you know, I'm able to go out there and compete, and I'm also able to go out there and just be who I am.
Right, no doubt. The top 80, that was one of many, as we said, events you've been a part of. And people would tend to forget, you know, North Carolina's a hooper state as well as a football state. And we'll hit about your high school career at Eastern Guilford, as you mentioned, being a 4-time varsity athlete for the basketball program. And I guess I got to ask you, from your freshman year going forward, how were you able to build success at such an early age?
Yeah, for me, it was kind of like God's plan. Like, I just went in and played like with the same mentality of just like playing hard and not necessarily thinking about, you know, what everybody had to say or thinking about, you know, I got to score the most points to do everything. So like, it's kind of like just going out there and just doing, you know, what I do best, just play hard. And so for me, like, my dad definitely played a part in just teaching me and, you know, explaining to me like certain things I need to change and develop into.
Right.
So that, you know, helped me develop to the person I am. And then also, like, I hit like a major growth spurt from like my freshman year going into my sophomore year. So Yeah, my freshman year I was about 5'7", 5'8".
Okay, and then
sophomore year I came back and I was 6'3".
Jeez, I'm sure a lot of us wish we could hit those growth spurts. And as you mentioned right there, that was your sophomore year where your career really took off. I mean, being second in scoring for the team, averaging, I believe, 12 and 6 rebounds or 15 and 6 along those numbers and accolades. I gotta ask you, what were you did over that off season to really improve and increase your career and your playing style for the team?
Oh yeah, for my sophomore year, basically just coming into there, I just kind of focused on my ball handling a lot, just because I wanted to be able to be an asset for the team. Just because we wanted to play fast, we weren't really a tall team.
Okay.
So we had everybody playing, guard-oriented basketball. So
right.
I just wanted to improve my handles. And then also just improve, my ability to shoot it just a little bit and then get to the basket. So I feel like in those areas that I wanted to work on, I definitely improved on, what I needed to be.
Yeah, no doubt. Clearly it worked out. And then that led to your junior year, which was the closest you and the Eastern Guilford was closest to get to the state championship, losing right there in the championship game against Coxmill. I guess give us a little bit inside feed of what went on through that season and the course of the way.
Yeah, throughout that season, we definitely were the team that, we didn't know how good we were. My coach definitely had faith in believing, we could be a state championship team. But we always just playing for fun. We treated each other really like a brotherhood. So, for us, we were just playing together and having fun and doing what we said to do. So, for us, it was just it was some tough, decisions and tough, situations we ran through, players getting hurt. And then a lot of our guys were football guys, so we had to wait for them to come, into basketball season.
Yeah.
But once we all got together and were able to just go out there and do what we normally do, it was definitely a good season, really successful just on my part, just because I feel like Eastern Guilford has never been that far, in the playoffs, and so we had a lot of people from the community, behind us as well as our family. So it was definitely good. That season was memorable. I'll definitely never forget that season playing with those guys.
Absolutely. And then if you don't mind mentioning, when I was doing the research and looking over Coxmill, I mean, a lot of those guys are playing, if not the division in the NBA pro level, they're playing overseas in Division I. Who are some of those guys on that team, Coxmill?
Yeah, so they had Wendell Moore. Wendell, he plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I believe he's a two-way player right now, I believe. Then they also had Leaky Black.
Right.
He did his year there. And then I think he's with the Charlotte Hornets two-way team now.
Okay.
Then they had another guy, I can't recall his name, but he got a Division I scholarship, I think, to play in UNC Charlotte. And I'm not sure where his career is now, but I'm sure he's probably doing good.
Yeah. I mean, that team that y'all went up against was an all-star team, to say the least. But then your senior year, where your numbers again increased phenomenally, I guess what happened? What were some of those games that you really remember much of your senior year at Eastern?
Yeah, seeing that's a while. It wasn't a while ago. Going back on remembering the games. When we played our first game, I definitely come to mind. Early in the season, we played Piedmont Classical. Definitely a private school that just came about, had some good, talented players. A few of them I know played Division I basketball. Some are still playing. That game, I think I finished with 28 or 29 points. And probably had a double-double. So, that game was a statement game to show people, that I am getting better and I'm still around for my senior year. Then from there, I ended up just seeing competition of normal teams we got to play, such as, Burlington Williams was a good team. Eastern Alamance, Western Alamance, all those teams are definitely good teams. So just playing against them and being able to just go out there and show them, I'm improving every year. You can't really write me off. So
no doubt.
Yeah, my numbers was pretty good. So I think I, finished with 26 and 13.
Okay.
That season.
Yeah, that's impressive to say the least. And we'll fast forward now. We'll talk a little bit about your freshman year where you decided to go to Gardner-Webb. Give us a little bit inside take on what was that situation like and what ultimately led you to choosing Gardner-Webb at first.
Oh, yeah, so for me, choosing Gardner-Webb came from the coach that recruited me, Coach Beasley. He was a great coach. Me and him seen eye to eye a lot. Basically, got a chance to talk to him a couple times during my senior year and before my senior year. And from there, like, we just kind of connected. I was able to take a visit. I like what I saw, you know, basically how they treated the players. Their academic program was great because my major is healthcare management.
Okay.
And then from there, it was kind of just like, you know, I think this is a place that I could see myself at, you know, getting better and then, you know, basically being able to take my talents further.
Yeah.
And so going into that year, though, he was offered a job at a women's basketball team. Well, offered a job to be a women's head coach in Ohio. So he took that job. So going into my freshman year, you know, he wasn't there. So for me,
wow.
Like, dang, like, you know, I committed to a school where I, you know, seen eye to eye with a coach.
Right.
But then for him not to be there, it was, you know, it was a learning experience to me. I felt like, you know, God placed me there to learn you know, certain things about myself and certain aspects and grow up. So for me, like, it was definitely how I felt. You know, my parents really, like, supported me. All of my family, you know, supported me a lot throughout the times me having to be there and just not really liking the situation I was in. So, you know, the coach, you know, not taking nothing away from the coach there, like Coach Grabb, he's a cool guy, but me and him didn't see eye to eye on some of the things he had going on, wearing things that I wanted to be a part of. And so for me, you know, the players there, they definitely, I'm still in contact with a couple of them. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's all love, but, you know, I like where I'm at now.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll definitely talk about that. You know, God definitely puts us into some tough or hard seasons, of course, like you said. But fast forward where you entered the transfer portal and came here to Winston-Salem State. Talk about us that process of going from Gardner-Webb to here.
Yeah, so, well, my time at Gardner-Webb, you know, once I decided I wanted to leave the transfer portal, this was before it was a big thing. So, like, I was on the transfer portal before guys was, like, doing like they doing now.
Yeah.
For me, basically, going into the transfer portal, I was just looking for a school that I could, like, go and just play at. I'm just a guy, I want to just play. I'm not really impressed on Division I, Division II, Division III.
Okay.
So I was just like, you know, I want to go to a school where I can play and show my talent because I know I have talent.
Right.
People just need to see it. So for me, honestly, like, I entered the transfer portal. I had a couple of Division I schools, a lot of Division II schools, but I wanted to go in Division II because back in that year, the NCAA didn't allow you to transfer Division I and play right away. You had to sit a year.
Oh, yep. It was still during that time period, right?
So for me, it was just like, okay, you know, I already sat a year, and me and my dad talked about it. It's like, you know, you already sat 1 year. He's like, you could go Division II and play, and then from there, you know, you do good, you decide you want to go back to Division I, you can do that.
Yeah.
So I just focused on Division II schools, and then from there, I took my visit to a couple schools, one of them being Winston-Salem State.
Right.
And then from there, like, a couple of my guys from high school attended school here. A guy, Dominique Graves.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that, like, helped me get connected, like, with just basically, like, you know, asking about the school, how it is, you know, without just being involved in any basketball. I wanted to know how it is, just without no sports, like, would you attend this school?
Yeah, as a student.
Yeah, so he definitely said, you know, this is a great school, you know, without, like, none of the hoops.
Yeah.
So for me, like, you know, I committed. Well, not committed, but I took a visit. And then I took that visit. It was definitely, you know, what he said it was, and I enjoyed it, and I got to see the basketball games and the environment. And so from there, like, you know, I told Coach Hill, I was like, I'm going to commit and come play for you.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously that was a success for you and the program here at Rams Nation. Now that came forth that next year was the 2019-2020 season where you and the program, and you took off immediately as a starter, making your presence known rather early and quickly. What was that what were some of the games that you remember most of that season?
That season, man. Fayetteville State game.
Yep.
Of course, that championship game, I remember that like the back of my hand.
Right.
Definitely Virginia Union game here at home. Claflin game here at home. Definitely just because we were in a dogfight, we were losing, but, you know, we came back from, like, down 16 to win.
Wow.
And then I definitely remember playing at Livingstone my sophomore year. That was a game we made a statement to show people, you know, how tough we really were.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, definitely it was some good games. And also playing against Chapel Hill. We played against Chapel Hill that year, the first game, an exhibition game.
Nice.
Shout out Roy Williams. Yeah, he let Coach Hill, you know, they worked it out with school and everything, so we got to play.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool experience. And then carrying after that was the COVID. That's when obviously all sports came to shut down. I guess what were the program able to do in order to stay sharp and, you know, preparing for the upcoming seasons?
Oh yeah, for me, that year, you know, I had chose to sit out due to COVID and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to do a little bit of working out. I had found a local area in High Point, North Carolina, to do some workouts.
Yeah.
And still train, but I ended up sitting out that year actually. So the year of 2000 and I want to say 2021 and 2022.
Yeah.
It came back, and everybody was just getting back from like COVID, and it was like small, limited attendance. Like, I didn't play that season.
Okay, I got you. And then from there, obviously, that led to the 2022 season where the team was able to win the CIAA tournament. You were named the MVP with other awards, of course. I guess take us away with that tournament play, and what were some of the memories you'd like to share about that one?
Oh yeah, that tournament was definitely one for the books, just because I hadn't played since the 2020 tournament.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just about like going out there and showing guys, like even showing my teammates, like 'cause a lot of them were fresh to like tournament play. They never had been in those heated moments like I had been in.
Okay.
So for me, it was just showing everybody, just basically like, when you go out there, it's like it's 0-0. Like everything that's happened in the regular season doesn't matter.
Right.
And they didn't really believe me at first, but I kind of told them that just because we had came off a 3-game losing streak, and then we had won one last home game against Livingstone College.
Yeah.
And then from there, just from there, like going into that tournament, I just showed guys like the adversity, and like when they seen my energy and the way my demeanor was carrying like the whole time. It kind of showed. I feel like it gave them a little spark and gave them energy to say, we definitely can do this and go out here and win. And so I felt like, not to say, they didn't have faith in us winning, but just to show like, we can definitely go out there and beat any team we're up against. Just because during the regular season things didn't turn out well, doesn't mean it won't turn out well now. So going out there, I just went out there and just like showed everybody in CIAA like, that I was back basically. Like, that's I told a lot of people, especially my moms and my dad, my stepmom, like, once I got back, like, people were gonna be mad because I'm not saying like that.
Nah, you good. And clearly it worked out. You taking that leadership role, and telling the guys, it's doable. And clearly it was, where y'all made another history in the making. And then that leads to this past season, your senior year. I guess I'm going to give you a floor again. Just what were some of those moments? What are some of those games that, your senior year that you'll always hold tight to yourself?
The games I'm definitely going to hold tight for my senior year have to be I got 3 of them. Yeah. I'll definitely say the last game I played in, just because, that's the last game I technically played in. Yeah. Didn't like the turnout, but, just being able to have that last memory, to recall it is good. Right. I scored my 1,000th career point against Shaw, but I'll definitely say just the next game playing against, we played against Claflin, I believe. Okay. Yeah, that game I'll hold tight just because everybody in my family got a chance to attend. That's beautiful. That's never really happened. Like, I got a couple people here, a couple people there, but being able to have, the whole squad. Everybody. Right. It was different just being able to see all of them. And then another game I'm definitely going to hold tight has to be against Fayetteville State, just because that was a career high game for me. And felt like, I couldn't really miss. Yeah, no doubt. You got to love those moments when, the rim feels humongous. You just can't miss at all. And then carry forward, obviously, like we mentioned before, the different all-star appearances you were able to make. Just how were those experiences at, Arizona and whatnot? Oh yeah, like Arizona was definitely a fun-filled experience, just because most guys don't get to do and see all the things we got to be able to do. Right. So for me, being able to go out there, get a flight out there just for free, fly out there to Phoenix, be able to go to the Final Four game. Yeah. Many people can't say that. Being able to attend the Phoenix Suns game. Oh wow, really? So they took us to another event. Well, we were sponsored by United Airlines. So United Airlines has a flight school out there, so we were able to go and get inside of a plane and get inside of a simulator plane. So they definitely showed us a great experience out there. No doubt. Just from those activities, then also people don't understand. We went out there and also gave back to the youth, the community. So really? The guy, shout out Travis Williams. He was able to open up a park for the kids out there, and like just seeing like the excitement on their face of having like a place to go play basketball.
Right.
Like, we go out there and we play in like places like this, and we don't like really think about it, but we take it for granted. Honestly.
You're right. Yeah.
So yeah, being able to go out there and just open up a park with him, being able to go and also visit some of the kids like at a YMCA, and then also but be able to. We ate lunch and had like a small dinner with guys that were just going through some tough times, like older guys like our age.
Wow.
And so we were able to connect to them just because, we're all close in age.
Yeah.
And they're going through a different phase in life, and they don't necessarily understand, that, you can benefit and have other people that can be, in your corner.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. Like, that event, people got to see the game and got to see, what you got to see on TV, honestly, and some of the Instagram stuff. But being there and seeing some of this stuff, like, it's different. Like, you be able to, like, really take some of those experiences and, like, keep them to you.
Yeah, that's beautiful to hear. Just really just how you're able to help out the community, and it kind of humbles yourself, just the things you take for granted. And like I said, that's beautiful to hear and what you talked about there. And then I guess I want to hear, and we'll talk about the pros now. Was there ever a team or player? I know you talked about LeBron James, but was there a NBA team you always followed? Or growing up, should I say, yeah.
Growing up, definitely I would say I follow probably like the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Because like when LeBron went there.
Okay.
Of course, like, I liked LeBron before Cleveland, but in Miami it was like, more of a star-studded team.
Right.
I followed them even after LeBron left. I still follow them now a little bit and see some of the things they do.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm a LeBron fan too. Whenever we talk about NBA, I just say I'm a LeBron fan because I wouldn't say I was always to one team. It was just wherever LeBron went, that's where I went, right? So with that, we'll hit you with the big time question, Jaylen. You ready for that?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so big time question for you is, like, as we mentioned before, basketball is taking you numerous places and exciting places, should we say. And I want to know, this being your senior year, what's the next chapter for you?
The next chapter for me consists of, for one, signing an agent, just having somebody represent me and have the same goal and the same mindset as me. And then from there, being able to take my talents and be able to play professionally overseas, or hopefully be able to play professionally here in the States with the G League team or maybe NBA team. So, the sky's the limit. I just look at it as taking one step at a time. I definitely, like, I've given it some thought.
Yeah.
Just got some more thinking to do.
Right.
And I got a few more All-Star games I got to cross off.
Uh-oh, a few more?
Yeah, I got 2 more. I got to cross them off. So once I get out and done with those, I'll definitely be able to announce my decision and let everybody know. I'll basically be able to, probably in the next week or two, announce my representation of who I'm going to have represent me.
No doubt.
And then from there, probably within the next month, you'll see me signing with somebody.
Okay, that's going to be electric. I know a lot of people, myself including, will be excited to hear and, just see what's the next chapter, what's the next story for you, Jaylen. And it's a privilege, it's an honor having you here on the Patrick Show. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And before we head out, I'm going to give you the floor again. If there's any, words of encouragement, advice, or anything you'd like to say to those listening.
Well, first, always keep God first. I feel like, you should definitely do that.
Yeah.
On top of that, just, rely on people. Don't feel like you got to do everything by yourself. There's a lot of people out here who can, like, help you.
Yeah.
And, I know some people struggle with different things, going through certain phases in life. Definitely, I've been a person to go through certain phases. So I just like shout out all my friends always that's still around. Like, I got a lot of friends that they know my story. They know a lot of things I've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family on top of that. So, like,
right.
Man, just focus on you, man. Focus on you to the focus on you. That's all I say. So.
Okay, I like that one. That's cool. That's cool, And like you mentioned before, having friends and family to rely on is definitely huge and able to get to the goal, the end goal, right? Yeah. And with that being said, as always, like I mentioned, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the merchandise. And as we head out, we just say peace on 3. Sounds good? All right, 1, 2, 3. Peace.